Good morning, little explorers. The sun is just peeking over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the forest. The air is fresh and crisp, filled with the promise of a new day. As the first rays of sunlight filter through the trees, the forest begins to stir with life. Birds start to chirp and the leaves rustle gently in the morning breeze. It's a perfect day for an adventure. Today we're in a sunny forest and the animals are having a fiesta. The forest is alive with vibrant colors and joyful sounds. Streamers made of vines and flowers hang from the branches and the ground is decorated with petals and leaves. The animals have gathered from all corners of the forest to celebrate together. There's laughter, music and dancing everywhere you look. It's a day of fun and friendship where everyone is welcome to join in the festivities. Look, there's Barnaby Bear playing the bongos. His paws move rhythmically, creating a lively beat that echoes through the trees. Barnaby is known for his musical talent and today he's in his element, bringing joy to all his friends with his drumming. The other animals gather around, clapping their paws and tapping their feet to the beat. Barnaby's music is the heart of the fiesta, setting the tone for a day filled with fun and excitement. Percy the peacock is showing off his beautiful feathers. He spreads them wide, revealing a dazzling array of colors that shimmer in the sunlight. Percy loves to be the center of attention, and his feather display never fails to impress. The other animals watch in awe as he struts around, proud and majestic. Percy's feathers are not just beautiful, they are a symbol of the diversity and beauty of the forest itself. And over there Bessie the bird is singing a cheerful tune. Her melodious voice fills the air, adding a sweet harmony to the sounds of the fiesta. Bessie perches on a high branch, her eyes closed as she sings from her heart. Her song is a celebration of life and nature, a reminder of the simple joys that the forest offers. The other animals pause to listen, their spirits lifted by her beautiful music. Everyone is happy and excited. The forest is buzzing with energy as the animals dance, play, and enjoy each other's company. There's a sense of unity and togetherness that makes the fiesta special. Friends old and new come together, sharing stories, laughter, and joy. It's a day to forget worries and simply enjoy the moment, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the warmth of friendship. But wait, who are those two coming through the trees? It looks like we have some new friends joining the fiesta. The animals turn to see who it is, their curiosity piqued. The newcomers move through the forest with a sense of purpose, eager to join the celebration. The other animals welcome them with open arms, ready to share the joy of the day with everyone. It's Rosie Rabbit, hopping quickly on her little paws. Rosie is full of energy and excitement, her movements quick and lively. She loves to explore and discover new things, always on the lookout for the next adventure. Today she's thrilled to be part of the fiesta, her eyes sparkling with joy as she hops around, greeting her friends and joining in the fun. And right behind her is Toby Tortoise, slowly but steadily making his way. Toby may not be as fast as Rosie, but he has his own unique charm. He moves with a calm and steady pace, taking in the sights and sounds of the forest. Toby believes in enjoying the journey, not just the destination. His slow and deliberate movements remind everyone to take a moment to appreciate the beauty around them. Rosie loves to run and jump. She leaps high into the air, her ears flapping and her paws barely touching the ground. Her boundless energy is contagious, and soon other animals join her in a game of tag. Rosie's laughter rings out, a joyful sound that adds to the festive atmosphere. She loves the feeling of freedom and the thrill of the chase, her heart full of happiness. Toby, well, he likes to take his time and enjoy the scenery. He stops to smell the flowers, admire the trees and listen to the birds. Toby's slow pace allows him to notice the little details that others might miss. He finds joy in the simple things, and his calm demeanor brings a sense of peace to the fiesta. Toby's presence is a reminder that there's no rush and that sometimes the best way to enjoy life is to take it slow and savor each moment. Rosie reaches the fiesta first, her nose twitching with excitement.
Hello, everyone. Isn't it a glorious day for a race?
Toby arrives a few moments later, a gentle smile on his face.
Racing is fun, but it's important to enjoy the journey.
Oh, Toby, you're always so slow. I could run circles around you before you even took a step.
Rosie loved to show off how fast she was, and today she was feeling extra confident. Barnaby Bear, who was always up for a bit of fun, jumped up. His eyes sparkled with excitement as he heard the news. The forest was buzzing with anticipation, and Barnaby could hardly contain his enthusiasm. He loved the thrill of a good race and the camaraderie it brought among the forest animals.
A race, you say? Now that sounds exciting. The animals chatted amongst themselves, their voices a symphony of excitement. They had been waiting for an event like this to break the monotony of their daily routines. The forest was alive with the sounds of eager participants and curious onlookers.
The other animals gathered around, eager to watch. They formed a circle around the makeshift racetrack, their eyes wide with anticipation. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the rustling of leaves as the animals settled in to witness the spectacle. It was a rare occasion when the entire forest community came together and everyone wanted to be a part of it. Percy the peacock used his colourful feathers to mark the starting and finish lines. His feathers shimmered in the sunlight, creating a vibrant and festive atmosphere. Percy took great pride in his role, ensuring that the lines were perfectly straight and visible to all. The animals watched in awe as he gracefully moved around, his feathers leaving a trail of colour in their wake.
All right, Rosie and Toby, take your positions. The crowd hushed as Rosie the hare and Toby the tortoise stepped up to the starting line. The two competitors exchanged determined glances, each ready to give their best. The tension in the air was palpable, and the animals held their breath in anticipation.
Rosie bounced on her toes, ready to dart off. Her muscles were taut with energy and she could feel her heart pounding in her chest. Rosie had always been known for her speed and she was determined to prove herself once again. She took a deep breath, focusing on the path ahead. Toby tucked his head into his shell for a moment, then popped it back out, a determined look in his eyes. He knew he wasn't the fastest, but he had something else on his side, perseverance. Toby had trained hard for this race and he was ready to give it his all. He took a moment to steady his nerves, then fixed his gaze on the finish line.
On your marks, get set, go! With a burst of energy, Rosie shot forward, her legs moving in a blur. Toby started at a steady pace, his eyes focused and his mind set on the goal. The crowd erupted in cheers, their voices echoing through the forest. The race had begun and the excitement was palpable. The animals watched in awe as the two competitors made their way down the track, each determined to reach the finish line first.
Rosie shot off like a rocket.
See you later, slowpoke.
She called back to Toby, already halfway to the first bend in the path. Toby, unfazed, continued at his steady pace. He knew Rosie was fast, but he also knew that slow and steady wins the race. He tucked his legs and head into his shell, then pushed off again, gliding smoothly over the forest floor. Section 5, a fateful nap.
I've got plenty of time. That Toby is nowhere in sight.
Rosie, confident in her lead, decided to take a little break. She found a shady patch under a big oak tree and lay down for a nap. What Rosie didn't realize was that Toby was slowly but surely catching up. He never stopped moving, even when the sun got hot and the path got tough. He kept his eyes on the prize, his determination unwavering. As Rosie drifted into a deep sleep, she dreamt of crossing the finish line, basking in the glory of her victory. Meanwhile, Toby, with his slow and steady pace, quietly passed by the sleeping Rosie. The finish line was now in sight for Toby, and he could feel the excitement building up inside him. Rosie suddenly woke up with a start, realizing she had slept for far too long. Panic set in as she dashed through the forest, hoping to catch up to Toby. But it was too late. Toby had already crossed the finish line, winning the race. Rosie, out of breath and disappointed, realized that her overconfidence had cost her the race. Toby, on the other hand, was celebrated by his friends for his perseverance and determination. Rosie learned a valuable lesson that day. Slow and steady truly does win the race. From that day on, Rosie and Toby became good friends, often reminiscing about the race that taught them both so much. And so, in the heart of the forest, under the setting sun, a new chapter of friendship began. The forest was filled with harmony, as all the animals learned the importance of perseverance and humility, and they all lived happily ever after, in a forest where every creature knew the value of hard work and patience. Section 6. Slow and steady progress. As Toby plodded along, he passed by Rosie, who was still fast asleep. He smiled to himself. He knew that every step he took, no matter how small, was bringing him closer to the finish line.
Go, Toby, go, you can do it.
The other animals cheered him on. Toby, fueled by their encouragement, picked up his pace just a little, his shell gleaming in the sunlight. The finish line, marked by Percy the peacock's dazzling feathers, was now in sight. Toby could hear the cheers of the other animals growing louder. He knew he couldn't give up now. With one final burst of energy, he crossed the finish line.
Woohoo! Go, Toby!
You did it, Toby!
Amazing, Toby.
The forest erupted in cheers. Barnaby Bear banged his bongos. Bessie the bird sang a victory song. Toby had done it. Rosie Rabbit finally woke up from her nap, yawning and stretching.
I think I'll win the race now.
She mumbled to herself, hopping towards the finish line. But when she got there, she was greeted by a chorus of cheers for Toby. Rosie couldn't believe her eyes.
What, Toby won?
Toby, the slowest animal in the forest, had won the race. She felt a little bit silly for boasting, and even more silly for falling asleep. Toby, with his usual humility, simply smiled and said,
Slow and steady wins the race, Rosie.
Rosie realized that Toby was right.
It wasn't about being the fastest, but about perseverance, determination, and never giving up.
From that day on, Rosie learned a valuable lesson about humility and never underestimating anyone, no matter how slow they might seem. And Toby? Well, he continued to enjoy his leisurely walks in the forest, proving that slow and steady truly does win the race. Did you enjoy our exciting race today? Give us a big thumbs up if you liked the story, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun adventures with your favorite animal friends. See you next time.